guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea, and in today's video, we are going to be organizing my kitchen pantry. You guys loved the video where I organized my bathroom, so I thought today I'd tackle part of the kitchen. This is going to be a very budget-friendly organization. I went out and got a bunch of things at the dollar store, and I'm also going to be using some things I already have. If you love organization and DIY type videos, then I would love if you would subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and let's get into it. I'll show you what we're dealing with here. In the first cupboard, we've got lots of granola bars, peanut butter, crackers, granola, all that kind of thing. And then in the second cupboard, we've got drinks, snacks, and lots of spices. The first thing I'm going to do is take everything out of those two cupboards. This is everything I took out from all of those cupboards. Here are the empty shelves. Now I have to figure out which things I want to put back on which shelf. I got 4 of these plastic containers from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to fill these with some of the pantry items just to make it look a lot cleaner in the cupboards and easier to find things. The first thing I'm going to do is empty some of the granola bars from these boxes into the clear containers. First box is filled with granola bars. I still have 1 full box of granola bars along with another box that still has some in it, but I don't want to fill up 2 of these containers with the granola bars just yet. I want to see what other things I have and what should go in here with higher priority. So we'll start with this and see what we can find next. Next up, I'm going to put hot chocolate and tea in one of these clear containers. And I did not know I only had 1 of these left. This is what I think I'm gonna really like about storing things in these clear containers, is when it's in a box like this, it's really hard to see what you have left. If I had just 1 packet in here, then I would know that it's time to buy more. I'll also take some of these tea bags out of the box and into the container. The other teas we have right now are loose leaf teas in these David's Tea canisters. So I'm just going to put those into here. And I think that's going to be all for this container right now. In this next container, I'm going to put some baking supplies. I have a lot more baking supplies in another cupboard that I may or may not get to today. But for now, I'm going to put these few things into here. I've got some chocolate, Jell-O, sprinkles, a lot of kind of miscellaneous things like food coloring and birthday candles, along with some peppermint extract and liquid stevia. All of that fit in there just perfectly, actually. The next thing I'm going to do is transfer my spices into these clear glass spice jars. I got these at Dollarama. There were 3 in a pack for $1.25. I washed them all and dried them, and now I'm ready to transfer the spices into them. I did just realize I forgot to buy labels to stick on these spice jars, so I'm going to have to do that later on. For now, I'll just make some temporary labels with my duct tape and a Sharpie. The main reason I wanted to transfer my spices into the clear jars is because of these kind of bags. They get so messy in the cupboard, they're always falling over, and I find it so hard to find what I'm looking for. I think transferring them into the clear jar will make such a big difference. I have this silicone funnel I might try. I have seen other people say the silicone doesn't work for transferring the spices because it sticks to it. Some did go in, but a lot is definitely sticking to the sides there. Now that I dumped the cumin into this, it's all stuck to the sides, which means I can't use this for any other spice because I'm not gonna wash and dry this between every single one. That would take forever. I would say I do not recommend using a silicone funnel. If you have a plastic one, that might work a lot better. Since the funnel didn't really work for the bagged spices, I'm going to try it with a spoon. That method is taking a very long time, and I'm still spilling everywhere, so I don't know if there's much benefit over just doing it from the bag. Whoops. Okay, we're trying a pouring and spoon hybrid method. So far, so good. Oops. All of these spices into the spice jars, I'm going to start stacking them in the cupboard. I want kind of a riser effect so I can see all of the spices more easily. One of the reasons I think my spice cupboard got so out of hand and gets really disorganized really quickly is because it's so hard for me to find what I'm looking for. So I'm shoving everything out of the way and things get really disorganized and messy very quickly. I didn't really want to buy a special riser or shelf to stack the spices on, so I'm going to try to DIY it with this empty cracker box. I have this blank piece of paper and I'm going to wrap it around the box and tape it in place. I couldn't find any Scotch tape, so I'm just going to use this colored duct tape. It'll be in the back, so it won't matter. No one will see it. I've got one side taped down. Now to do the other side. Here's our little riser for the spices. I'll put this in the cupboard and see how I like it. There's our cracker box shelf. Now to stack the spices on top. I did end up putting little labels on the bottom of these just until I can find some nicer labels to go on the front. Other bottom shelf to be things that we use most often, so they're easily accessible. The first thing I'm going to put in here is this container of granola bars that I filled earlier. Then we have some boxes of crackers, jar of peanut butter, some peanuts and cashews, almonds. Up on the top shelf, I'm going to put a couple boxes of granola, graham crackers. I have no idea when the last time is I had a s'more. I think we bought these for a cheesecake crust during quarantine, but now I kind of want a s'more. I have this container of tea and hot chocolate that I'm also going to put on the shelf with the granola and graham crackers. I wasn't sure if I was going to tackle this cupboard today or not, but I think I am going to. Wish me luck. This is a corner cupboard and it has these two big Lazy Susan type things that don't spin around very easily right now because of all the stuff on here. But this definitely needs to get organized. We've got baking supplies, pop cans, olive oil, lots of stuff in here. I'm going to make this upper shelf here for cooking supplies and extra things that we don't need yet. For example, we have this unopened salad dressing, which we don't need right now because we have an open one in the fridge, that kind of thing. Next, I'm going to tackle all of the baking supplies. I have a couple of these OXO containers that I got last year, and I use them to store my almond flour and monk fruit sweetener. But instead of buying more of those, I went to Dollarama to see what they had, and I got some of these glass containers. I got these larger ones, which were $2.50, and then a couple of these smaller ones, which were $2 each. Loaded everything back into this cupboard and it is looking way better than before. First, I have this clear plastic container from Dollar Tree, and in it I have Jell-O, some baking chocolate, sprinkles, birthday candles, vanilla. We got some liquid stevia and the peppermint extract. And in this container here, I have some xanthan gum, cornmeal, baking powder, baking soda, some gelatin, and baking yeast. And then if we spin it over here, these are the OXO containers I already had. This is my monk fruit, and this is almond flour. I also have a smaller one back there with some powdered monk fruit. And then I have these glass jars from Dollarama here. I have to make some better labels for these, but for now, we've got the duct tape. This is coconut flour, and then we have everything else that I loaded in there earlier. And then we've got a couple other things here, like the cocoa powder and cornstarch. And then on the bottom here, we've got some pop cans, icing sugar, whole wheat flour, and extra oats that didn't fit in the glass container. This is also my apron. Overall, this really didn't take that long, and I think it looks a lot better and so much easier to find everything. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my dollar store pantry organization, and I hope maybe it gave you some ideas or inspiration for your own kitchen. No matter what your budget is, I think it's totally possible to get organized and get your space working for you. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I'll see you next time.